Hello everyone, welcome back to Cold Open Cup. Today we're going to be watching ZangAi family versus Tanakze. I'm Hyper and I'm joined by Siloesca Els.
Oh, hello there. Just wanted to make sure everything's working here on my end. It seems like everyone's fine and dandy. And in this match, I'm actually really excited to see how everything goes, like in terms of the strategies and how each player performs. How about you? How are you doing in this fine day?
I'm doing quite good. Woke up not long ago, so nice and refreshed for this match.
I see. So it looks like we're already going straight to rolls here, but I think they already did the warm-ups off stream since this one kind of started a little bit late. As I believe the previous match ended in a tiebreaker, and we'll be seeing a ban, a Rice ban from ZangAi family, which would be an interesting ban, I would say, because we'll have to see if it really does fit their skill sets. Like if Rice is really one of their weaknesses, then I'd understand a Rice ban 100%. Wait a minute, what's going on? Look at the chat right now.
Yeah, they decided to ban before
why
second protect.
Why does it say Rice 4, then ban Rice 2, and then protect Hybrid 2? Okay, so I guess this is what's happening. Tanakze is protecting Rice 4, and ZangAi family is protecting Hybrid 2. Alright, I think that's what happened.
Yeah, they got it backwards by the looks of it. And they were second protect anyway, so it doesn't really cause any problems here. And that's a long note 1 ban as well. Mirareru mirror.
So interestingly enough, these are the bans, and I'd like to say that Tanakze banning an Ellen selection actually makes a lot of sense because long notes were their main weakness on the qualifiers. And as for ZangAi family, they performed really strong in that, but they really seem to fall off on something like Rice 1 or Rice 2 in qualifiers. So I could see why Rice 2 was their ban. And on the other note, Tanakze did actually really good on both Rice and the qualifiers. But the hybrids between these two, Tanakze only has an advantage by virtually nothing. 3,000 points. So overall, it seems like strategy-wise, both teams know what they're doing. At least based on the stats, they really did study each other's opponent and also are aware of what their own weaknesses are. And that's a very good sign.
Oh, and red team are going straight for high.
And this being the first pick, I think makes a lot of sense, considering that ZangAi family should not be picking any of the Rices whatsoever. Tanakze, again, as I've said a while ago, had really good Rice performances. But if you think about it, hybrids were actually in the advantage of Tanakze for a little bit of the qualifiers. So I would say that overall, this could work if it was more Ellen biased. But if they're not careful with the Rice sections, then this could be in jeopardy immediately.
This is a more race-focused hybrid as well. So it could be quite a gamble to go with this map.
Indeed, it is a gamble, and right now it seems to be working. but only for a little bit. However, the difference can really be seen on the advantage that Yu Lee has above basically everyone in the lobby, and Tanakze is behind Chicken Gold. These Ellens are proving to be very good for ZangAi family, but for Tanakze, it's not really that far behind. It's just a disadvantage. It's still a disadvantage regardless of how we see it. Yu Lee is slowly dropping that accuracy, but it's still up there, still ahead of both Tanakze and just Alex. Chicken Gold is holding the fort on their own, so that's really good news for ZangAi family, though they really have to keep this up, because this map is not going to be any easier anytime soon.
I believe just Alex has hit a few 200s somewhere, as Krongs is now in the lead for their team with 99.66% accuracy.
The 99.66 is certainly very strong, but once again, Yu Lee is the force that ZangAi family needs right now. Chicken Gold is still above Alex, but Tanakze, if they really want to have a shot at getting this, I think Tanakze has to increase that attack even more, and Alex has to stop the bleeding of some sort.
There's still a quarter of the map left, so anything can happen.
And here we go, in a sort of break section before the final chorus. It looks like ZangAi is holding on very, very strong, but there's still some more part to this. 200,000 points left. It looks like Alex and Tanakze are not able to increase that accuracy as fast as they should have been. There we go. That's a very, very balanced scores all around the board. With only 1,200 from Tanakze, but that 1,100 certainly would not help. Meanwhile, Yu Lee with an amazing 991 score, almost 992k. Overall, just really good performance from everyone. Getting single-digit grades all over. But unfortunately, it's the 200 counts that really gave ZangAi family the victory here.
Yeah, it was unfortunate for both Krongs and Yu Lee having a 1-200 score. However, Krongs did have the 1-100 as well.
Thing is, Tanakze could really take advantage in something like, I think, Reflective Moment. That kind of map would really, really benefit them, especially considering how difficult that Rise pick is. Those triple jacks can really, really be dangerous. And the worst part is there's another map like that, which is Blessed Snow. Those score jacks are also not that easy to keep your combo and consistency with. They may be the easiest to act out of any Rise pattern, but if your wrists are super unstable, then core jacks would certainly throw you off a lot.
I do think Tanakze should go for one of the race 1 or race 2 kind of picks here. Well, race 2 has been banned. Oh, to bring out race 3, Blessing Snow. Just
well,
like
that's
that.
Yeah, I think this pick really makes sense. Yeah, I think this pick really makes sense, especially considering with how choke heavy this can be. I did say a while ago that this has a lot of core dash, but once your hands or wrists become very unstable, they can really make you drop not only 100s or 50s, especially those misses. And you do not want that happening, because one miss on core jack, you are essentially on a death sentence, as the combo is going to be difficult to increase even more. And considering that core jacks are usually multiple notes per one line, it's just really not going to be that easy.
Oh, and it looks like there was a 200 hit by Yuli. Their accuracy had a huge drop.
And there we go, that's what I'm talking about. Some greats could really affect the score. And right now, it looks like Tanakze and Just Alex are really taking advantage. So far, it's really close to call. And this blue bar is really not that far ahead. But Yuli dropped some greats, and that's really not good. But Just Alex drops even more of their own. That alone is really bad news for Tanakze, as Tanakze is forced to basically push forward just so this team could try to get that advantage back. Although these rise patterns seem to actually be benefiting Tanakze more than it's giving the lead to ZangAi family. So there's still good news here. It's just, once again, this lead is so close to call. I actually don't know who has it right now. It's basically dead even if you were to get the averages of both teams.
Alex's score seems to be climbing quite quickly here as well. Those few 200s dropped before seem to have been no problem now.
That's true, and that's mainly because of Chicken Gold's drops. If it was still at the 99.5 range, I think ZangAi family still has the lead. It looks like this will be safe on Tanakze's end, unless some very fatal drop happens, and that was only a difference by around 1,500 points. Very close. Wow, that score by Kronks really just pushed it ahead of everyone else. That 100 from Alex almost gave the lead back to ZangAi family.
And that's it, tied back up to 1-all.
Well, that was a very dangerous point, though. It was certainly worth it. A point is the point after all. And if I were ZangAi family, I would probably try to risk another hybrid, or maybe even go straight into the LNs. There are still two more, and I think one of the best ways to use a pick like that is to select a choice you're very comfortable with, so that you can secure the point after the first point. So I do think that they could select Yuki no Hana, but instead they go with Hybrid 1, which I think is not that bad of a pick as well.
It's fluctuation. I think this is one of the LN heavy picks as well. If I remember correctly, this does have some very release-focused sections. So it might be quite a good pick for ZangAi here.
Well, that is true, and now we'll be seeing how this pick goes for both teams. I think Tanakze has got to take it, however, especially considering that it is hybrid, but the first hybrid selection wasn't exactly the closest pick yet. So this could really go the same way if ZangAi family plays as I expected.
Once again, it's a very close matchup. Overall, both of the accuracies are just tied here.
And as of this moment, it seems like the lead is actually on ZangAi family, but oh, that 200 drop on Chicken Gold changes everything. Props and just Alex have really close scores, which are kind of ahead of Chicken Gold, but Yuli drops! That is really gonna give it to Tanakze.
And that miss was right in the middle of the chart. Probably the worst place to miss.
The Props and just Alex are really on a good pace right now, and as you say, that was the worst place to miss. But if we see one drop from either of the players in Tanakze, I'm pretty sure it will just go back to ZangAi family. That was such an unfortunate miss, because Yuli still has the highest act on all the players in the lobby.
This could have been ZangAi's family's point here if it just wasn't for Yuli's miss.
That is true, and it's really sad to see, but it is what it is. This is gonna be the break point for Tanakze, and just what a very satisfying score to see, all sevens. And look at that ratio. Yuli literally has the best ratio in the whole lobby, and also the best horn count on the whole lobby by a short bit. If you were to look at it, both teams have 4 200s. However, in terms of the ratio, I actually think Tanakze wins this by the slightest of margins.
And it was just a Slater break from Yuli
Yep.
as well, not even a miss.
Yeah, that's true. Tanakze had 542 to 300, while ZangAi family win.
And Tanakze are pulling out race 1. A Toho jump stream pick.
Yeah, I believe this is another rice pick, which makes a lot of sense for Tanakze.
Race 1. It's quite a simple jump stream, but is quite fast for most players here. There's nothing in this map that really adds any complications.
Yeah, and looking at the accuracy, Yuli unfortunately had a rough start, but luckily it is the beginning and not literally midway through. But look at this consistency shown by Tanakze. Just overall, really strong accuracies. The highest player on ZangAi family, unfortunately, is lower than both of the players on the right side. Right now, France is really pulling it ahead, and Yuli drop once again. That's really going to hurt Tanakze. That's really going to hurt ZangAi family and give a lead to Tanakze, and they need that more than ever right now. The momentum is really strong on their end.
Billy's accuracy is really suffering here. It's a 200 dropped by Chicken Gold as well.
Yeah, it's really, really close right now. It's really close, like in terms of the accuracy between Chicken Gold and Alex. But again, that lead by Yuli and Krunks is just really making it not as close as it should be. Unfortunately, the lead is getting bigger and bigger as Tanakze is really keeping that consistency up. Yuli, I think, dropped once more, and that seals it.
Well, 25,000 points difference here.
That's a
Two
V1 double.
drops from Yuli.
Yeah, that was so unfortunate. But a V1 double S on Krunks is really, really going to cut it. And just Alex may not have the best accuracy, in fact, the worst ratio in the lobby, but that full combo was more than enough to beat Yuli's score. It's just really, really strong scores from Tanakze. I would not be surprised if this was among the highest scores in the whole tournament for this map. And then we'll be seeing LN3. I think a change of pace is certainly needed. And LN density could certainly work if Tanakze struggles on LNs. But if this does not work, then this would just give a tactical advantage to Tanakze. And I think they could just definitely pick Ro16 out of the bat.
And ZangAi going straight for the fascinating cat's eye. One of the more complicated LN picks.
Yuli is... Oh, that's not good news at all. Yuli's sort of having a rocky start. But if this goes the way I think it is, then Tanakze could drop a little bit as I see some 200s on Krunks' end. Just Alex is just pushing it ahead. Both Chicken both Yuli, which is the advantage that they have right now. But once again, Yuli having a lower accuracy. But as I say that, just Alex and Krunks just drop more 200s.
All ZangAi family needs to do to hold this win is just stay consistent through the whole map. But it's not as easy to do as it is to say.
It's true. Unfortunately, the lead has kind of been not changing in ZangAi family's side. It's still really close, yeah, but like if they can keep this consistent lead, then I don't see a problem on their end unless one of them misses. This density could really be just continuous. And if Ellen is the case, ZangAi family may have it, but Chicken Gold drops to 200.
Chicken Gold has dropped down quite low, but the same level as Krunks. But just Alex isn't able to match their accuracy to Yuli's.
That's true. Yuli is really pushing it ahead. Krunks' now matching Chicken Gold is unfortunately not helping. If it was like above that, then it certainly could have been Tanakze's lead right now. But it's not going to be the case as ZangAi family could be taking a point, a much needed point after being down 3-1. Unless a final miss happens from any of these players, this should be safe and sound for ZangAi family. And here we go. Here's the final LNs. It's not changing at all. In fact, it's actually growing a little for ZangAi family. These LNs are certainly helping them. Tanakze is not able to capitalize on this pick, but hey, there's still one break point ahead, and that's the most important part. Yuli with 1x200 once again showing why they're the best Ellen player in this whole lobby right now. Just far ahead of everyone, really. 1x200's comparison to the rest, having at least 7 or more. And that ratio as well is easily the best that we've seen among all of these four.
And it's back over to Tanakze for their pick.
Which is Rise 5. Alright, I also like that pick actually. Rise 5, I believe, should be a Sparky map. There we go. Perspective. Yeah, I think this pick definitely makes sense. If I'm not mistaken, this is the longest pick in the pool other than a tiebreaker, which could really strain some players who are not that familiar or not that proficient at Rise, at least in comparison to the other team. So this, I believe, would be a great selection, as long as Tanakze plays it the way they should play. And I think it's definitely a win for them. But still, a lot of things can happen. So they should not be just say, okay, we've seen the Rise scores, we can just be comfortable. That is definitely not the case as at this moment, because both players from ZangAi family are certainly capable of taking anything from the opponent team so far.
Tanakze are really going to want to win this one so that they can secure at least a tiebreaker. Otherwise, they're going to leave it up to ZangAi family to then choose who wins. And that's the map starting.
Right, and right off the bat, it's not really that difficult, of course, but as the map progresses, it will start to show how difficult this can be. And there we go. Here's a sort of light jump streams, but even though it's not exactly the densest Rise map there is, it is going to run for 3 minutes straight. So you have to take note that stamina plays a huge factor on maps like this.
Not just stamina, they have to stay extremely consistent, making sure not to drop any 200s or misses. After this first quarter, it's still an extremely close match.
Seems like Yuli is actually able to keep up with a Bryce pick like this. And that's bad news for Tanakze actually. Because right now, oh my god, that's only 42 points ahead. 42 points ahead of Tanakze, or 32 actually. So this is gonna be really, really close. The difference right now is between Chicken Gold and Just Alex, with a 0.06% advantage. But as I say that, the drop immediately happens. With only, but Just Alex drops a huge amount of act. That is not going to help their cause in any form.
We're only halfway through, so it is possible for ZangAi family to make some mistakes as well.
It is true, but this difference is so much. Like, they would need to do an amazing job at damage control if they want to be back in the game. At least for the lead that they have. Krunks is doing their job against Yuli. Just Alex just has to catch up to Chicken Gold, which is definitely not an impossible task. And they'd also have to hope that one miss happens from ZangAi family as well.
Some more 200s dropped by Just Alex. It went from a 32-point lead and it spiked up to 13,000. Or just 10,000.
Yeah, amazing how Yuli, on the Rise picks that they're comfortable with, is now able to take it and just bring their accuracy ahead I guess I was wrong in calling this a potential comfortable pick for Tanakze. Looks like ZangAi family is really able to keep it up at now. And here we go, ZangAi family's lead is pretty big as of this moment. Unfortunately, there's no signs of them slowing down. Thus, Alex dropping more 200s. It's kind of sealing the deal for ZangAi family to take a break point back.
Those 200s dropped by Yuli right here at the end are doing nothing to change this lead. And that's it tied up once again at 3-all. And it's back to ZangAi family for their pick.
Look at that 1x50 by Yuli. That was so close. Because if they dropped that full combo, I think this would have been Tanakze's point.
And that score from Kronks is incredible. 1 200 and 290 300s.
Oh my god. This is like shaping to be one of the closer matches in this tournament. It's really nice to see actually. Like the fact that we're now in a I think it's a best of 3 situation. If I were ZangAi family, I would definitely pick Yuki no Hana because they did win that Ellen pick. And there we go, Yuki no Hana is a selection to make. I really like this pick because it seems like the easier the map is, the better chances that Yuli has to be able to play it, and you really would want that.
This has been a really close match. As we are getting into the 7th pick of this match.
The 7th pick. It really doesn't feel like 7 picks. It feels like it's only been a few. But now we are in such a tight contest. And so far, looks like ZangAi family is really close to Tanakze, as just Alex is dropping 200s of their own. Kronks is also dropping some greats actually, but Yuli is not having a strongest start. However, Chicken Gold is certainly helping their cause, as Kronks drops even more ag, while Yuli is increasing it very slowly.
It does seem that Tanakze isn't very confident when it comes to coordination along the map.
Yeah, coordination really helps ZangAi family. Look at this difference. Just Alex is still behind the lowest player in ZangAi family, and Kronks is far behind that as well. Just an impressive showing overall from the ZangAi family, and now you can already see the difference in skill sets. Ellen's really favors ZangAi family a lot, and the harder rice certainly favors Tanakze. So if I were Tanakze, I would suggest picking rice 6. Like, rice 6 is very chokeable, and I think Yuli would have difficulties consistently hitting that, and I think Chicken Gold could as well. So probably go for the more difficult rice pick and risk it. That would be my suggestion. And just really amazing scores from ZangAi family. Look at that ratio and 200 count, only giving up 5, which is basically half of what just Alex has dropped.
And that was the shortest map as well, at only 1 minute and 23 seconds.
Yeah, man, I'm really nervous right now. Like,
And
this
I
is
pick right now.
and
And you're
there you go,
going
rice
right
6.
place.
And this is exactly that I was expecting them to choose.
Now Tanakze are probably feeling quite a lot of pressure here. They have to win this to get to the tiebreaker, or if they lose this match.
Here we go. This isn't the most comfortable map either. 1 minute and 57 seconds. I did say that ZangAi family has a huge chance of choking, but if Tanakze isn't able to keep the consistency that they've been showing so far, then they would be the ones who will be in jeopardy and would have their plan backfired. And you certainly do not want that happening if you're on that team.
And it seems the Yuli's client is having some slight issues.
That happens. Luckily, it's not too far into the map, so we'll just have to wait for a little bit of some silence. I know Julie already dropped about 200. That's a bad sign. But once again, my concern here would definitely be the triple jacks.
Tanakze are definitely holding quite confidently with their accuracy. Yuli's early 200 definitely injuring their accuracy overall. They do seem to be recovering quite well. Oh, but 200s were dropped by Chicken Gold there on the jacks.
Yeah, that is.
Below 99.
That's not good. Meanwhile, look at Tanakze's average jack. Little 99.8 or 99.7. That's a really, really dominating performance if I haven't seen one. But just Alex dropped some 200s. The triple jacks are about to come. Are we going to be seeing any breaks? No breaks on the trails so far. And now we have some sort of break section. But still, you gotta pay attention.
As long as just Alex stays around the 99.5, it should be a fairly comfortable lead.
Here we go. I think this is where the triple jacks come in to place. And so far, still no one dropping on those trills. And no one dropping on the triple jacks as well. Not even a big ass drop. That's really impressive.
Alex dropping to around Yuli's accuracy as well. But Crocs' lead here is astounding.
Indeed, it's big, and we're gonna be seeing another tiebreaker. We just ended the previous match with a tiebreaker, I think, and now we're gonna be seeing another one. Look at that score by Crocs. 2x 200s drop. That is really, really impressive coming from them. Just what a way to end the regular picks. And now we'll be seeing how the skill sets come into factor. We have the Ellen dominant team, ZangAi family, and the very Rice physical dominating team, Tanakze. 5-minute tiebreaker. This is certainly not one to be scoffed at.
Now this has been quite an interesting match, managing to get to tiebreaker. Seems like we're just about to get into it.
And here we go. I bet both teams are like really nervous right now. So we'll have to see how both teams come into factor here. If I'm not mistaken, this is a winners bracket match, I think. Let me see first for myself. Yes, it is a winners bracket match between the ZangAi family and Tanakze. in the tiebreaker. I am so excited to see how this performs. As if I'm not mistaken, ZangAi family had a big upset against a 6th team, Kumo Gaming. Let's see if they can pull off another upset here.
Again, since this is a winner's bracket match, whoever loses this isn't out yet, and instead will just have to fight their way through loser's bracket.
I mean, the good news is neither team would be eliminated. That's the good thing. Although right now on the easier section, I would have thought ZangAi family could take an advantage right now, but it seems like Tanakze is the one who's in charge. And if they can keep this up even in the more difficult sections, then Tanakze has it in the bag. But they really have to hope that the LNs are not too difficult.
Kronk's accuracy is quite scary here, managing to stay around the 99.9% up until a quarter of the map.
But Yuli drops! That is a really bad sign. Good news is this is a pretty long map, but look at, like what you've been saying, Kronk's is just far ahead of everyone else right now. That's really what's giving them the lead.
All Alex needs to do is just not miss, and it should be quite safe. Especially with the break from Yuli.
And here we go. There is a sort of big lead on the side of Tanakze. Yuli, as you said, that miss is really hurting ZangAi family right now.
This is getting to the more long nose section.
In this long note section, it's not even too difficult for ZangAi family to capitalize on. In fact, Kronk's act is still very much up there.
Oh, but that was a break from Kronk's. This is not what we need right now.
That was such a sudden break. Like, what was that? That was the worst place to miss. You would not expect that. That was tragic. On the side of Tanakze, the lead immediately goes back to ZangAi family, and I believe an Ellen section could be expected after this, which is really, really scary, and that's not what you would want if you were in Team Tanakze. The lead right now.
Accuracy drop from Kronk's as well.
That's true. Oh, but Yuli drops once more! Could the lead go back? And Yuli drops again! That lead is gonna go back to Tanakze! But it's not gonna be a lot! Chicken Gold is ahead against just Alex. Yuli's only a little bit behind Kronk's. Oh my god, this is gonna be close!
Seems like it's just a match for Chicken Gold and Alex, Kronk's versus Yuli.
Yeah, the advantage that Chicken Gold has up against Alex is not enough to offset the lead that Kronk's has up against Yuli. This Ellen sort of section is going to force some 200s if you're not careful. No one dropping so far, not even a 200 on any of the players. Chicken Gold dropping more accuracy, but so is Alex. Kronk's is still up there. As long as the lead is on Kronk's end, I think this should still be a victory on Tanakze.
Yuli's dropping quite a few 200s here, and another drop
from Yuli. That should seal the deal up against Tanakze unless we see a team miss. Unfortunately, ZangAi family, the momentum was not able to be completed as Tanakze will take it 5-4. An amazing effort by ZangAi family, however. Despite being the 27th seed, they put this team up to the test.
This was an incredible match. Great fade from ZangAi, just Tanakze managing to scrape O in the very end.
Oh man, that was amazing for both teams. Like, look at the ratios so far. Tanakze has clearly the better one. But man, what a valiant effort. I think in terms of 200 counts, ZangAi family actually wins the battle. So this could have really gone either way. It was just the difference between Yuli and Kronks that gave it. Chicken Gold really had the advantage up against Alex when it comes to the FCs. Once again, both teams just played amazing. Congratulations to Tanakze, but hey, ZangAi family is not out just yet.
They're only going down to the losers bracket where they can continue to fight on. But here's your winners, Tanakze.
Man, that was an insane match. I am really, really happy to see how players have improved. And right now, that's it for this block, I think. And I gotta say, thank you so much, Hyper, for commentating. That was a really, really nice job from you there.
You as well, you're managing to... You're really energetic this match.
I mean, of course, that's my role usually in the commentary. Gotta keep the energy up, and you're doing a great job on giving the information in general. So once again, this was a fun stream. Thank you so much, Hyper, for commentating. And do you have any other words to say, especially for these two teams?
Best of luck to both teams. Thanks everyone for watching.
So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for enjoying. As Hyper said, we hope that you will enjoy more of the matches that would probably succeed. And that's all. Thank you.